Alright, y'all. This here's Ford, man. Coming back to you again. Alright, well, I decided to make a video on my tractor. My little Cub Cadet LTX1050VT, which the VT stands for Briggs & Stratton. Got a beast Briggs & Stratton engine under this sucker. 24 horse, professional grade. Pretty nice engine. I like it a lot. Very powerful. Well, it's in the shop today, as you can see. Got my jack there. You're probably wondering why. Well, first let me tell you it's an 09 year model. Bought it in December of 2009. It is now a little over 3 years old. Okay, this is why. Steering shot. Why? Well, that would be because the steering shaft gear is shot. And let me get a light here. Okay. That is the steering shaft gear. You can see how all those teeth are all worn to heck. The sector gear looks okay though. Yeah, sector gear looks alright. But this steering shaft gear is just toast. I mean, look at that. You can see that right there? All that chipping right there? Yeah. So, hopefully, from the looks of it, it looks like the steering shaft gear comes off by that nut right there. I've never messed with this particular tractor steering before, so this should be interesting. But, if it does, then that's a brilliant design by Cub Cadet. If it doesn't, then they're a bunch of idiots. But anyway. So, yeah. That's wrong with it. And I will say this, I'm not really a big fan of Cub Cadet's 12-inch turning radius. I mean, it's nice, a lot better than Old Faithful's turning radius, which is a 1990 Craftsman 2. It's an 18-inch, so it's pretty horrible. This one's 12-inch, but I don't like it because, quite frankly, it does this to your tires. Isn't that beautiful? All nice and worn, smooth. Oh, but uneven. Look at all this tread I got right here still. You can tell I turn right most of the time. That's why it's worn so badly right there. Anyway, but that's because their camber adjustment is kind of ridiculous. You can see that the tire slant a little bit, and it's because of that slant, you can see it right there, that camber adjustment right there, which you can't even adjust it actually, but that's because since they designed it that way, these tires wear ridiculously fast on the outside rim. Now this one is in a lot better shape though. This one isn't as bad. You've got even more tread right here. You can tell I turn right most of the time. That's why the right one is more worn than the left one. But anyway, I really wish they wouldn't have done that. I wish they would have designed it with the tire being flat, you know, so that it would wear the tire more, you know, evenly instead. But oh well, they probably had to do that for the 12 tight turning radius to do. Anyway, so yeah, another thing I don't like. Also with the steering, is these cheap, pathetic little plastic bushings. Right in there. Yeah, right there, where it's got that grease dirt sticking out. These cheap little pathetic plastic bushings are a joke. They wear out insanely fast. I've never had to replace mine yet, but if you don't keep greasing them, you know, at least at the interval, if not even more often, they'll wear out very quickly, and then you'll have to end up popping the wheel off and replacing them, which is just ridiculous. You know, they could have gone with, you know, metal bushings, which would have lasted a heck of a lot longer. So that was also another design fail that MTD screwed up with. Another thing that I don't like is the brakes. Yes, the brakes. When you push the brake pedal down and it sits for a while, you come back, you know, after say a couple days or so, or even if it's just you just parked it and you want to and you come back, go inside, for example, and you come back out and you want to hop back on and go take off, Well, your brakes are locked. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I've never had a problem with my brakes locking up on me on any of my crafts. Only this tractor have I ever had that problem. The guy at the shop told me, because I took it in for warranty, because I thought there was something wrong with it, before I looked at it. And he said it's just moisture locking the arm. I'm like, well, I'm sure that is, but that's just ridiculous. It shouldn't be that easy to lock up. Anyway, so that's just another ridiculous thing. Let's see. I think that's about it for things I don't like about it. Things I do like about it, the engine. And actually, let me rephrase that, I love the engine. Never had a problem with this Briggs. Never. Always serviced it on time, every time. Never had a problem with it. I had a friend a while back that bought himself an LTX1050VT, I think it was, KH, which stands for Kohler. And within the first 10 hours, that pathetic Kohler of his started smoking. I was like, wow, boy, am I glad I bought the Briggs model, Anyway. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I think the transmission's a Peerless. I think. I don't remember exactly, but anyway. It's a decent transmission. It's not, anything special. But... Well, anyway. Now there is one other thing I don't like. The hour meter. The hour meter is a joke. I mean, it works, but sometimes when you turn the key to on, it'll show you the battery voltage, and then it just freezes there. Then you gotta turn the key to off and back on, and then boom, it works good again. Well, anyway, I took it down there for warranty work, and they said they replaced it, which is a bunch of BS, because they never did. So the shop I took it to got themselves a free hour meter, but they never put it in my tractor. Anyway, I was a little pissed about that, but oh well. Original battery lasted for quite a while. I had to replace that one earlier this year, I think it was. Something like that, yeah. Slapped in a die-hard. Those batteries, they keep going until they die hard. Anyway. And, as for the headlamps were pathetically dim. So what I did was, I replaced them with 55-watt bulbs that I found at Advanced Auto. So, and the alternator, or the stator, whatever you want to call it, actually keeps up with it, amazingly. It's 110 watts there of light output for both bulbs, and it keeps up quite well. Except for when you turn on the blades, though. If you turn on the blades and you're running at night with the headlamps on, then you're going to start draining the battery. So, because then it can't keep up after that. Oh, there is one other thing I don't like about this tractor. There's no headlight switch. It's like, what are you people, stupid? My old faithful, old Craftsman 2, it has a headlight switch. It's just the stupidest thing. And that tractor, in terms of features and price compared to this one, is a lot lesser model. I mean, it originally came with a 12-horse engine, and it's a 38-inch cut. And it has a headlight switch on it, for crying out loud. But they were too cheap to put one on this. This tractor's a $2,000 tractor. They could have put that headlight switch right here, but they didn't. So, yeah. Or heck, they could have even put it right here. So that's another design flaw that I noticed. So I just unplugged the ground wires and call it good. So I was doing it that way for while it was during warranty, but since it's out of warranty now, it doesn't really matter what I do to it. So eventually I might put in a headlamp switch. But anyway, yep. As for the mowing deck, it seems to work pretty good. I mean, it's no walker mower, that's for sure. But those things cost over $10,000. Well, okay, except for the Super B though, that one cost like $8,000–9,000. But anyway, point is, for the price range of this tractor, it's an okay tractor. I had to replace 2 out of 3 spindles because I damaged it a while back. I hit one of those little water things. It's got a small little cover on it. Anyway, it's got water on it. And it was sticking up just a bit above the grass and the ground that the property I was mowing. And when I drove over, it totaled pretty much all 3 blades. The middle one was shot. The middle mandrel had 2 of its mounting tabs just broken, sheared off, clean off. And the right spindles, or mandrels, bearings, whatever you want to call it, mandrel, spindle. Anyway, the right mandrel's bearings were shot too because of it. So I had to put on 3 new blades and replace the middle and right mandrels. And then the belt randomly breaks. It's like, oh, that's just great. Of course, it was the original belt, but even still. So I got me a good used one, slapped it on there, and it's all good now. And then the steering thing happened. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll be looking up that part and finding out how much it costs and going from there. So, alrighty. This here's the Ford man. Signing off.